What's up, everybody? This is Brian, and today we got something pretty special to open. We have one of the Magic Cons in a box. We got Mystery Booster number 2 in here, along with some other goodies that I kind of want to show you what's in here. So let's go ahead and let's open this up. And this is like a convention Mystery Booster box, and they had some really good stuff in here, along with the Mystery Booster 2 box. But we first, right off the bat, try to see and get this glare out of here. We see some, try to get this off. We see some promo cards. I'll open these up first. I'll probably go ahead. I know there's some packs in here too. I'll probably open those up at a different time. But let's go ahead and take a look. So these are the same in every single one of these boxes. So we see a ponder with a big old turtle on there with some food. Pretty sweet. We see the swords, the plowshares, like the old black and white with a little tuck on there. It's like a meme thing. We see planes. It has some lotuses on there. Then we see convention Meryl. So those are in every single one. And then we also do see a secret lair. So we see Secret Lair Rainbow Foil Edition. In this, we do see actually few pretty good cards that are all like the mini planeswalkers, but that kind of style. But they're not all planeswalkers. It's like Omnath, Orvar. There's a couple others too, but this one's pretty sweet too. But mainly we're here for the box. And then another sweet little addition is that it does come with a Commander Masters collector booster. It comes with a Lost Caverns collector booster, and then lastly a Wilds of Eldraine collector booster. So I'm going to save those off to the side. I'll probably open those up later. And then the last thing on the inside is the Mystery 2 booster. We'll go ahead and I'll take that out, and then that is it. So I did do a draft of this, and this set is super fun to draft. You're going to get a different experience every single time. And we drafted, had a great time, and then we drafted with these collector boosters, right, as just prizes for the winners and things like that. And we ended up having some amazing pulls. In the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, we got one of those blue Cavern of Souls, the blue kind of like alternate art, the blue, because there's different colors and variants. We got the blue one. It was fantastic. And then even in the Commander Masters, we got a Great Henge foil. So it was great all around. Really fun to see. Really fun to open. But for the mystery boosters, I'm intrigued to see a few things. So I want to see if it holds up true with what we saw when we drafted. There really aren't a lot of foils in here. I know that there's Future Sight cards. There's the white border, which is kind of cool. We saw one foil, but there's really a lot of cool cards in here that are useful in many things, many decks. I saw so many things being passed where I was just like, oh, hey, I kind of just want one of those for a deck of mine. But the white border bringing back for some of those cards is cool. The Future Sight's pretty cool. I do want to see if we only get one foil. All the foils, especially like the Future Sight foils, I believe we got a Lightning Greaves foil. We only saw one. Only one. And all of them are worth a little bit more, and I think that's just true because there isn't as many foils in these, but I'd like to see it and see if we could get more than one. But let's take a look. So we have, and right off the bat, we kind of see that we have uncommons, Quarter Paladin, Benevolent Bodyguard, and then we see some stuff like this stuff all throughout Magic's history. Dreamscape Artist, Flux, like all these are pretty cool. Look at this Cabal Pit. There's all sorts of things. Oh, and then let me check. I think I got something. There we go. Okay. So Cabal Pit, Gatekeeper. Oh yeah, from Zendikar. Or not Zendikar. Or was that Zendikar? Yeah, OG Zendikar. Burning Cloak. Was that from Portal? Reckless Barbarian. Overgrowth. Like you could kind of go through these. Oh, is that Shadowmoor? And there we go, Smuggler's Copter. So the Smuggler's Copter is pretty sweet. I remember, I feel like it was banned at some point in in some format. I can't remember. And then coming back was pretty huge. So that's a cool one to hit. And then we have, put that rare off to the side, Kitchen Finks, and that's that white border treatment. There's the Kitchen Finks. And then we see Doomsday. So nice little mythic rare here, because we have it right there. And then in that future sight, Doomsday is a really good pull. And then we see some of those, like the playtest cards. And I know that's kind of hard to see. I'll put some of this stuff up here. And then we'll put some of our rares and stuff up there too. So we got Smuggler's Copter, Doomsday. I think that's a pretty good start so far. Both like really usable cards. But just the variation that you see, the types of cards is really cool. So we got Destroy Evil, Glimmer Point Stag, Sorcerer, Supreme Will, Plague Spitter, Expunge, man, if I remember that from Urza's original Urza Saga there, Sabertooth Wyvern, Brute Force, Fortifying Draft, Prosperous Innkeeper, Mystic Monastery, and then another mythic. Hizret the Fervent, and then we have a Blazing Rootwalla, and that is our future sight card. And then we have, wow, so I think we're hitting some great ones here. So there's a Lotus Petal with that future sight. Lots of things, all right, like using the Lotus Petal, and the future sight is pretty sweet. Didn't have that treatment before, but so far these are amazing cards that we were pulling. I'll take all four of those. I mean, I do have four. I mean, the OG Lotus Petal, just the way it looks, is pretty sweet, but that future sight's pretty cool too. All right, let's take a look. But like I said, drafting with this was amazing. It was super fun, and you get to see the old border cards, and then they do all have that, the Planeswalker symbol down the bottom to kind of show that they're from a mystery booster. But just seeing some of these, the old arts from like Portal, and was that Stronghold, so many cool things from so many sets. It's super fun to go through, and then like try to work these cards together. I ended up in like green, white, red, and it was just a crazy deck. I had some success, but if I didn't draw a few things, it ended up being a little crazy. Then we have Gold Vein Pick, and then another mythic here. So we have Master of Waves, is another mythic, and I believe, so this isn't even a rare, I don't think, but I'm still putting it over with these. But we have, what, 2 mythics? I'll kind of put these together, Smuggler's Copter, but 2, and then this will be 3. Right, 3 mythics, 3 packs, and then we see a Karuga, nice, with Companion, and then Zombie Master, so another rare. So we have Karuga, Zombie Master, and then Yawgmoth's Day Planner. I'm intrigued to see if any of those playtest cards have any value. I haven't read through all of them, so kind of cool to sit down and go through them. But the Zombie Master, that was pretty sweet. But the Karuga white border, so you can kind of see there's all different kinds of rares and treatments that you can get, and just being able to see them with the new future sight with the white border cards that you've never seen before. Some of these more recent cards with the white border is kind of cool. Sliver, Rambunctious Mutt, but like even like the old border, just those normal cards, it's cool seeing them again, opening them up. Cling to Dust, Tybalt. Look at that, 2 uncommon Planeswalkers back to back. It's kind of cool. Tangle. And there's a lot of things that if you get in the draft format is very, very powerful. We see Swans of Bryn Argol. And then we see Cathar's Crusade with the white border. And then another mythic here. And then we have our playtest card, but another mythic, Mindbreak Trap. That's pretty sweet. With the future sight, if opponent casts 3 or more spells, this turn you pay 0, exile the number of target spells. I'll put that one over there. And as you noticed, right, so still 0 foils. Not a lot of foils in this set. I'm intrigued to see how many we get here. Raise the Alarm, Mental Note, pretty fun art. Offer You Can't Refuse. Glad they reprinted that. It seems like it was just yesterday that was out. Hoarding Ogre, Firecat Blitz, Summon the Apes, World Wake, Inside Out, and then Arcades, the Strategist. So there's another mythic, right? And then we see, oh nice, Gataxian Probe, White Border. I know that one's not a rare, but that one's pretty cool. And then we see Tinker. That's a cool one. And then we see our playtest card. So the Tinker's pretty cool. I might have to go in my Urza EDH deck. Oops. So you just see it's just spread out across so many different sets. And it's just really cool to open. Super cool draft experience. I want to make sure to do a little of each. I know there's an SCG con coming up. I might try to do, look at that Diabolic Tutor, look at that old art. Brood of Cockroaches. But yeah, I might go ahead, oh, Tireless Provisioner. Even from the Modern Horizons. I might go ahead and do some Mystery Booster 2 sealed stuff because it's just so fun. Stang. Rotting Regisaur. That's from the M20. And then we see Leyline of Sanctity. Yes, please. I could never have enough of those. And then we see the Rack. That's cool. Future Sight. I'll keep that up here. Then we see the playtest card. The Rack. That's sweet. I think so far my favorite one is either the Mind Break Trap, but like the Lotus Petal is really cool. Doomsday is pretty sweet. Keep going here. Angelic Page, Pendrodrake. Oh yeah, Masquerades. Just seeing those older cards, being able to pull them once again is just so cool, I think. Reclamation Sage. Ooh, Replication Ring. That's kind of cool, Snow Artifact. And then we see Eternal Pilgrim, so there's a rare. And then we see Narset. Nice. Narset, Part of the Veils. That's really cool. White border. And then Greater Good rare. And then there's our... But that's really sweet, right? So you can get a rare. You can get a white border rare. And then you can get a Future Sight rare. And actually, that's not... Narset's not even a rare, right? Yeah, Narset, Part of the Veils. That one's uncommon in here. Adamant Will. Suit Up, Whirler Rogue, Barter and Blood, ooh. About Face, that's so cool. Those old borders, they just need to go back to those, right? Just every card. This looks so much better. So we have Coalition Relic for a rare. Stitcher Supplier, that's cool. With the white border. Basalt Monolith, that's a cool one. With the Future Sight. And there's 15 cards per pack. And I want to say every single card has a playtest card. Let's take a look at this one. I can't remember if... I think every single one has a Future Sight. Augur of Skulls. Look at that art. Strangleroot Geist. Man, I remember Whipsa playing with Strangleroot Geist. Dark Steel Ingot. Oh, there we go. We have another mythic. The Haunt of High Tower. Put that over here. Street Wraith. Love it. White border. And then we have Rot Hulk. Another mythic. 2 mythic pack right there. What it looks like, yeah, every single pack comes with a white border. It comes with a Future Sight, and then it comes with a playtest card. And man, nothing's like those old lands. Look at that old land. Karoo. That's pretty cool. Not very good, but it's really sweet. From Visions, Karoo comes into play tapped. When it comes into play, return untapped planes you control to your owner's hand or bury Karoo. Little interesting. Angel Vitality, let's see. Reality Shift, Priest of Gix, Grim Dancer for Mycoria, See, there's like a good mix here of cards that have been recent, even for master sets, puppet strings, and then yeah, just a real good mix. Jordan get to. All right, so there's another mythic, and then we see wow, then the white bordered mythic. Once again, a 2 mythic pack, and with a rare, Mind Twist. So once again, that's a 2 mythic, 1 rare pack, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 mythics. I wonder, I can't remember how many mythics we had in the draft, but I don't know. Maybe it was thwart. Maybe it was a decent amount. I feel like there's a lot. Volcanic Spite, Compost, yep. Woodland Mythic M20, Burning Tree Emissary, nice. Turok Dread Cantor. So once again, another Mythic, and this is from what Modern Horizons 2. We got the Isochron Scepter. Great little combo piece. And then I see a Stifle, and I do see a foil here. Or is it a foil? Nope, just kidding. Just really shiny. I thought it was a foil. And then a Stifle. That was a sweet one, too. That was a sweet pack. So we got the Stifle. I'll move some of these commons over this way. So we got Stifle. I'm really hoping for a white bordered Urza Saga. I could use another Urza Saga for my for some of my commander decks. I don't have to keep switching them out for my hammer. Unseal the Necropolis, Skeletal Worm. Try to get these up a little bit. Bolt Bend, Moment's Peace. I don't even know what set that's from. Rebecca Gway. Worn Power Stone. And then we see from Modern Horizons 2, Ignoble Hierarch. I mean, fantastic piece for Jund. Soul of Theros, so white bordered mythic. That's really cool. And then we have another rare, so a Volucan Dragon. And then Lutri, the Pauper Otter. And once again, so yeah, no foils yet. I hope that each box has at least one. That would be sweet. I hope it's not just like you have a potential to get 0. Thought there's something funny on the back of that one. There's not, so Ghostly Flicker, Shoreline. I was hoping maybe we had to have a chance to get maybe like 2. Hero's Bane, Biogenic Upgrade, Crackdown Construct. Nice. There's from Throne of Eldraine, Mythic, Elvish Spirit Guide, white border. And then we see Final Fortune. And another rare. I'm going to put the Elvish Spirit Guide up there just because that's usable. I got a couple of those old border for my Merit Lage deck. But Field of Souls, Tormented Angel. That's cool art. I'm not even going to try to say that. Is that in German? That is interesting. So I don't know if I seen that before. I don't know if there's just like random ones that can be in different languages, but that is definitely in German. I don't know if that's supposed to happen, so that's kind of cool. I'm not sure about that one. That is definitely a German card. Echoing Truth. I almost said Soul Sniffers. That's Soul Suffers. Spectral Sliver. Tago. Quirion Dryad. Might. Letter of Acceptance. And then, oh, I do see a Lightning Skelemental. That's actually a great card. Like I feel like it's not used too much, but for 6/1, Trample Haste and can come back with Unearth, right? And then if it hits, deals combat damage to a player, they discard 2 cards. I feel like that's sweet. And then we have Unnatural Selection. And then, oh, that's cool. So our foil is Cunning Wish. And you know what I was thinking when I saw the blue in the future site. And then here's our Unnatural Selection for our white. You know what I was thinking. One of the highest cards, price value wise, is the Urza. And when I saw the future sight, I didn't see the cost, but I saw it was blue. I was like, maybe there's a chance, but Cunning Wish, that's really cool. Future Sight version, Cunning Wish. And I don't know if it's just the Future Sight versions that can come in foil. I'll put that right there. But I'm trying to remember because I believe it was a Future Sight Lightning Greaves that we had that was foil. I think it's just the Future Sight. But let's see if we can get another one. That'd be sweet. I don't know if it's just one per box. I'm not too sure. We'll find out. There's Squirrel next. Nest, Pearl Shard, and then here's another Mythic. It's kind of cool. Naga Wizard. I put that over there. Then we see Limduel's Vault. Then we have Urza's Bauble. That's a cool, different art. I don't think I've seen, but Urza's Bauble. I'll put that right there. Maybe that's the original one. I don't know. Sacrifice Urza's Bauble. Look at the card at random in target player's hand. You draw the card at being unaccepted user. Yeah, it's. Maybe I've never seen that art before. Hoplite, Master Splicer. Ooh, look at that art. It just don't make them like they used to. Skull Raid. Arc Lightning. Rampant Growth. Terramorphic Expanse. And we see Settle the Wreckage for a rare. Day of Judgment for a white border rare. Grafdigger's Cage. That's pretty cool for another rare. Alright, we got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got about 8 packs left. And once again, like, these boxes are fairly expensive, in comparison. But you do get the collector boosters. You get the secret lair. You get the like the ponder with the turtle and the source of plowshares and stuff. So you get some of those, which kind of help you out with the cost. Pyrrhic Link. But it just feels like there's so many usable cards that you get from here. I don't know if there's any, like, unless you hit like a huge one, but there's just a lot of usable ones in here, like Patchwork, Automaton, and then, okay, right? So, I will be honest, I don't think in our other box we got any other non-English cards. I don't know if this is a thing. I don't know. Look, this is one of our rares. I'm not sure if that's a thing. If mystery boosters you just have other languages. Has anybody else been opening any other languages? And then Preordain. That's a cool art. And then, Snuff Out. That's awesome. That's a sweet Pauper card. Of course, I bought. I'm gonna keep that one up here. I bought 4 of the old border ones for Pauper. But Snuff Out, that's sweet. And it's the Liliana art. I know that was like a newer version. Steel Legion. So that's a cool one. Cold Water Snapper. Steel Strength. I'm really confused. Oh, Anger. That's a great card. I don't know if I have any of those. That's a good one to put. Wall of Roots. Yeah, that's a good one too. Unmake. Nice. And once again, I don't even know what that set is. So Cataclysm, another Mythic. No idea what that set is. I'm gonna have to look that up. 2014. No idea. Summoner's Pact. That's a good one. White Border Summoner's Pact. Then Goblin Charbelcher. Usable in some modern today. Yeah, Cataclysm. That's a cool one. Summoner's Pact's an awesome one too. Usable in modern. See, but there's 2 cards that are usable in modern right away. Like Snap is an awesome one for Pauper. So many cool things. Thmir Sabertooth, great combo. Blood Tithe Harvester. And then here's a rare. So we got Muxus, Goblin Grenade. Or sorry, I always say Grenade because Goblin Grenade, but it's Grandee. So Muxus, Goblin Grandee here. Then we have Thopter Foundry. That's a cool one. Then we have Smokestack for our future site. And so far, once again, Cunning Wish is the only one that we got that's foil. Spirited Companions. Once again, some recent sets that got some things going here. Twin Blade, Probe, Rush of Knowledge, Footsteps, Forked Lightning, Empty the Warrens. Love that one. Cruel War Chant. And then we see Gideon. This is another mythic. Ally of Zendikar. We see Ponder, the white border. And then we see Seeker of Skybreak. And that's common. Ponder's pretty cool. I don't know why I put that there. I'll put that over this way. That white border Ponder's pretty sweet. Alright, then we got Condemn. Ossification. That's good. Sea Scryer. Cloud Jin. Hero's Downfall. Light up the stage. Going with Spectacle. Another. So this is our third, unless I've missed it. That is not in English. That is not in English. Stinging Shot. Nice. Gemstone Mine. That's a cool one. Put 3 mining counters on it. Gemstone Mine's a sweet card to pull. I'm going to put that with the rares. Then we got Nexus of Fate. Deafening Silence. That's an awesome one. And then we got Scale Lord Reckoner for our rare. There we go. Put that right there. That seems like a good pack too. Nexus of Fate. The Gemstone Mine. And Deafening Silence. And still only one foil. We're down to 3 more packs left. Tireless Tribe. What do we got here? Chastise. Ooh, Tezzeret's Gambit. Corpse Augur. Man, these are so cool. Stronghold. Destiny's Spirit of Theros. Just cool seeing them all together. Give and Take. Then we have our Authority of the Councils. That's our rare. Then we have Bolas' Citadel. White bordered. And then, oh, that's cool. Ball Lightning. 6/1 Trample Haste. At the end. Once again, I've never seen that art for it. I've always seen the other art. That's pretty cool. Then we see Exile, Youthful Valkyrie, Leb, Perilous Research, what's that? Shiv's Embrace, Quirion Ranger. That's a cool one to get. I love that old border with Quirion. Then we see Squeeze Embrace. Good old Squee. Alright, then we have Desertion for our normal rare. Basilisk Gate for our white bordered. Then we have Demonic Consultation. And once again, I don't think I've seen that the rabbit before, but Demonic Consultation, pretty sweet one. Alright, and this is our last pack. Super fun, once again, opening this up. I really don't have any idea about value normally. I mean, I know like certain things like the foils have value, and a lot of these are playable. I know there's like some that got to be 5 to 10, but whether it is like worth the whole box or not, I'm not too sure. I'm gonna have to open up the collector boosters perhaps in another video, Surgical Skull Bomb, to see maybe if we can hit something there too. Tortured Existence, love this art. That's a cool one. But it's just super fun. Goblin War Driver. Seeing all these old cards, the new white border, and apparently different, and look at, you can get some from Secret Lairs. Secret Lair drop. Didn't know. That's really cool. I had no idea. See, I just learned a whole bunch of new stuff. So there's our rare, Elmar, Olvenwild Informant from the Secret Lair drop. No idea which one. I'm assuming, Princess Bride. Then we have Prismatic Ending. That's a cool one for the white border. And then we have Mana Short for our rare. And then Orb of Origin. So I hope everybody enjoyed going kind of through this with me. Our Cunning Wish was our one foil. I'm really wondering if it is one foil per box, because so far that's the second box, and that's what we're seeing. Some of the cool ones I would really like this Doomsday. I'll put that kind of like right there. The Lotus Petal was really cool. Mindbreak Trap, Rot Hulk. There's a lot of really cool ones, but we have a lot of. If you take a look just at all of these are mythics, and then all of these were our rares as well. It really does open up, just like you're getting a bunch of rares and a bunch of really cool things. I know that one's not a rare, but there's a lot of cool things that you can get in here, and I think it's a sweet, not only opening experience, but it's a great just experience to go ahead and draft with and stuff too. So hope you enjoyed everything. It was super fun opening this up. Please go ahead and if you like this box opening, go ahead and please like and subscribe, and then hopefully we'll be able to do some more. But we'll see everybody next time. Thanks a bunch, everyone. Bye, guys.